the reason that this is a big deal, and I think this is a bigger deal than the Brad K thing last year, is number one, the team that it is, very competitive. The team that you think that NASCAR would be the most lenient with, because they're the most popular, and that if you're a conspiracy theorist, you wouldn't think that
they would
go after Hendrick, or that they would be this strict on them. So that's number one. Number two, I believe that this did have a performance gain. Now, I'm not saying that it's the reason they won these last 2 weeks, but I do believe that this was some sort of performance modification to the cars. And the reason I think that is because the hood louvers are very important when it comes to aerodynamics, on how the air moves through the car and around the car, through the radiator and through the grill opening. You're not allowed to put tape on the car anymore. So if you can find a way, and I'm not a aerodynamicist by any means, but if you can find a way to get that air to move a certain way, I'm sure that you can find some downforce there. And I think that Hendrick did. I don't think they would have modified that part if there wasn't a performance gain, because those parts don't get damaged. Even in wrecks, I don't think that you're going to be damaging hood louvers unless you flip over and get hit in the hood.
Or they fly off, right? Can they fly off?
No, I don't think so.
So it's not. I know they're close to where the.
If I'm not mistaken, they're actually mounted inside the motor, inside the engine bay, and when the hood closes, it closes around them.
Okay.
So, and I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how they work. That they're not actually affixed to the hood. I think they're affixed in the engine bay. But there's definitely an aerodynamic advantage there to be gained if you can figure out how to get that air either blocked off to not come out, which I don't know. It's more likely, in my opinion, that they figured out a way to move the air around the car a little bit differently to add some downforce, which, that's what you get paid to do, but you get caught. This is what happens.
Yeah. Real quick. Also, all the crew chiefs involved are suspended 4 races and fined, I think, $25,000 or something like that.
Well, the each team was fined $100,000.
Were the crew chiefs?
The crew
fined?
chiefs.
I feel like they were fined too, but not as much. Obviously, I could be wrong on that, but I know for sure Hendrick Motorsports is going to be without all of their top 4 crew chiefs for a whole month.
Each crew chief was fined $100,000 and suspended 4 races.
God, but NASCAR wants that money, son.
It's the largest penalty
ever. As far as team, that's $400.
Money wise,
that's $800,000. No,
that's $400,000
with team and crew chief.
No, it's just the crew chiefs are fined.
The team wasn't fined. $100,000.
I'm sure Rick Hendrick's probably going to foot that bill.
Yeah,
but
and there'd be $500 for.
It's $500,000 in total, but it's $400 to Hendrick.
Okay. I thought Hendrick got fined. Anyways, so I get what you're saying. I don't really know. Now, here's what I will say. At Las Vegas 2 weeks ago, could they have had these hood louvers the way they were before they called them at Phoenix? Possibly.
I think so.
I mean, William Byron, Kyle Larson, and Alex Bowman finished 1, 2, 3, and Kyle Larson and William Byron were pretty much untouchable all day. They could have been, and NASCAR just never caught it. Having said that, you don't know. You ain't got no proof unless something comes out in the woodworks. If people find photos or something from the Vegas race or weekend, I think it definitely could have affected that race. But this race this weekend, they took them before qualifying. Now, yes, they were fast in practice, but they qualified on the Kyle Larson qualified on the pole. William Byron qualified, I think, 3rd. And then, they didn't dominate like they did last week, but Larson led the most laps, pretty much dominated the race till the end, and you know what happened from there. So I don't know if it definitely did not affect this weekend's outcome. It could have affected last weekend's. So
I don't think sorry, but I don't think it affected the outcome. I think last week one of those Hendrick cars probably still wins the race, regardless. And this week, I don't think it affected the outcome either.
I definitely don't think it affected this week's outcome.
But I do think there is a performance advantage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At Vegas, they might have been 2-3 tenths faster than the field because of those hood louvers. I mean, especially William and Kyle.
Yeah.
So this is a NASCAR, and any conspiracy theorists out there that's saying, NASCAR gives Rick Hendrick this, they give Hendrick Motorsports that, they give them breaks. That clearly ain't the case. They have destroyed Hendrick for a while. They could have destroyed him for the whole season. Now, Hendrick's got plenty of money. They got plenty of resources, and they got fast cars and fast drivers. So if this happens to Rick Ware or Front Row or
it happened to Front Row
Spire, like they might be bankrupt. I don't know. But Hendrick's a big enough team. They'll bounce back from this, and but it's going to take them a minute. Now, I texted you earlier after I found out about it. I know you were still sleeping probably. But I said, Hendrick's going to go ham. Not right now, though. I think they're going to go off later in the season because you have all 4 of your top crew chiefs not going to be at the track for a whole month. Yeah, them cars are not going to be quite set up and as quick as they once were when all 4 crew chiefs were there. However, they're still going to be fast. I don't think they'll win a race in this month that all these guys are gone. And I think Hendrick's going to kind of, not be in a rut, but, kind of pick themselves back up from the mat. They could bounce back and win 2 out of these 4 races or something. You never know. But it's going to affect them. I mean, Hendrick's not that big of an organization to what they just did to them. It's going to affect them. So, and with Chase coming back probably not around the same time as these crew chiefs will and everything, but it'll be around the same time. These guys are going to pick each other up in the summer because none of these guys are in contention for the regular season championship anymore. Even with Chase, because he didn't get fined the points, but he's been out. He's going to be out for another month or so at least, so he got no chance to win the regular season championship. These guys are going to have to come together and really try to work together to try to get themselves back into this, all you gotta do is win a race. I understand that. And William Byron's still already in the playoffs. But if these Hendrick guys want to have a real chance to win this championship, I think they're going to have to do some damage over the summer because they have dug themselves in a big hole.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think they'll be fine. I don't think it's going to affect their drivers' championship.
But what about their mental? You've come out the past 2 weeks and just whooped ass on the track, and then you get all that work you put in, and now you've just got hit with that hammer.
Well, I think
you think these guys got to be like, God.
I don't think it affects the drivers. I think the drivers are still going to go out there and be fast. I think that I don't know if morale is really going to be that big of a deal as far as getting the cars. I think they'll still be fast. I think they'll contend. I don't know. I think their biggest issue is not going to be bringing fast cars to the racetrack because the crew chiefs are still going to be involved. The issue is going to be
the strategy. Could come into play.
Which, just ask Matt McCall about that. They can give you some pointers.
So you tell me the backup crew chiefs, probably the car chiefs or whatever, should not ask Matt McCall for advice?
No.
On how to strategize around a race.
But, they'll... I think they'll be fine. The only effect this is going to have is just where they finish for drivers or owners' points. I think that's really going to be the only issue. It might affect them for a week or two, but I think, once they get back to Kansas, when they go to Kansas, we'll see how big of a difference those louvers made when we get back to a downforce track.